Hi, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'll be reviewing the source code for this new project. We have here a home page, tutorials, which contain an accordion. There is a projects, which contain timeline like this, and finally contact. So those are our menu: home, tutorials, projects, and contact. So you can find the link in the description. Download it now and follow with me. So I've explained something like this before, but with different ways. You can check that. In my channel you will find a playlist called source code. You can download all the projects and listen to the explanation, so you can edit it as you like. So let me take a look on the source code. So in HTML we have SideNav, which contain 4 buttons, and each button has 2 events: on click and on mouse over. But here for tutorials and projects, for on click we call 2 functions, one called open page and another one called typewriter. We have here typewriter and here typewriter 2. This is the function that is responsible for the animation text, this text. We have 2 texts, one in the tutorial and one in the project. Then we have home section, and here is the home section, contain a card and instructor rating. Then we have tutorial section, and here is the tutorial section, contain animation text, and then an accordion, animation text and an accordion. Then projects, project section, which contain animation text and then a timeline. And finally we have contact section, which contain a contact form. So this is the HTML. In CSS I left comments so you can understand what it is style for. You can take a look and change the style as you like. So for example, here is the style for the links, the home link, tutorial, contact, and then style for each section. Then here is a style for the card, all this for the card, and this one is for the text in the tutorial section. And here is a style for the accordion, style for project section, and so on. So if there is something you don't understand in CSS, you can ask me for help. In JavaScript we have 5 functions, and all of them will be called within the buttons except one function used for the accordion. So here we have a function to add hover style for the buttons, like this. When we hover each button, I want to change the position for each button. And once we click a button, so this is a new function which will hide the other buttons and also show the content for this button. So here is the function that will display the content for each button and also change the style for each button. It changes the style by changing the position, so it will hide each button. So the first function to add hover for the buttons, and the second function to display the content of each button based on its ID. So here in home button we call open page function, but we have to specify the ID for the division that we want to open once we click this button. So we want to open a division has an ID home, which is this division. And in tutorials we want to open a division has an ID tutorials, which is in the section tutorial. Here we have an ID tutorials, and so on. And this is the ID for the button itself. The ID for the home button is home link. So I use the ID for the button itself to change the position for this button and also change the position for the other buttons. So here when we click home, the position for the other buttons will be changed, and the position for the home button also has been changed. So this function will display the content for each button, and also it changes the position for the clicked button and the other buttons. And here we specify the home page to be the default. So when we enter the page or reload the page, we can see the home page. Then we have two functions for the animated text. This function will be called within the tutorial button, and this one will be called within the projects button. So on click, we call typewriter, and for project, we call typewriter 2. And finally, this is the code for the accordion. So here is the accordion in tutorials. That's everything. So you can edit the code now as you wish, and if you need any help, don't hesitate to ask me. Finally, if you like this project, don't forget to share it with others who may need something like it to learn or to build their own website. So good luck and see you in other new projects.